Should I welcome you? Nah, you already know why you're here. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a friend of mine. I'm not going to give you any hints about what it's about. So let's start the story. You never really know which random moment is going to matter. It was late August, humid in that sticky Midwest way where your shirt clings to your back 5 minutes after stepping outside. Freshman move-in day at a huge state university. Parents dragging mini fridges down hallways, RAs shouting directions, someone's mom already crying. I found room 204 at the end of a long beige hallway that smelled faintly like industrial cleaner and nervous energy. I unlocked the door, pushed it open, and there he was. Jake. He was sitting cross-legged on a bare mattress, surrounded by half-open cardboard boxes. He had a cheap silver floor lamp laid out in pieces and was trying to tighten a screw using a plastic butter knife. He looked up like this was completely normal. "Hey, you got a screwdriver?" I did not. We stood there staring at the screw like two engineers facing a crisis. Finally, I handed him a dime from my pocket. Somehow, that worked. The lamp flickered on. We both laughed like we had just solved something important. That was it. That stupid lamp was the handshake. The first year of college is survival with Wi-Fi. We figured out the dining hall system together. Which station was edible, which dessert was safe, which coffee machine worked after midnight. We sat through early morning lectures that felt like punishment for existing. On Saturdays, we joined tailgates with plastic cups and loud music, pretending to understand football strategies. At night, our room turned into a debate chamber. We argued about politics we barely understood, careers we hadn't started, and the kind of people we wanted to become. Most of it was nonsense, but underneath it, we were both scared. Away from home, pretending to be more confident than we felt. In a campus of thousands, room 204 became steady ground. If one of us bombed a test, the other ordered pizza. If one of us got rejected, the other gave dramatic analysis like it was a sports replay. We weren't just roommates, we were witnesses to each other becoming adults. Senior year arrived faster than expected. Suddenly, everyone was talking about job offers and relocation packages. Smiling too hard. Jake and I both graduated with degrees that sounded impressive, but didn't come with instructions. There was excitement, sure, but mostly there was panic. We chose Chicago, big enough to feel brave, close enough to home to retreat if everything collapsed. The apartment was on the 4th floor of a narrow brick building. No elevator, just steep stairs and chipped paint. The heating system clanked all night in winter. The kitchen was so small that if one person opened the fridge, the other had to step aside. Jake landed a logistics job. Long hours, corporate badge clipped to his belt. I tried freelancing and worked at a cafe to make rent. I came home smelling like espresso and exhaustion. Most nights we got back around 8. Dropped our bags, collapsed on the couch we found near a dumpster and claimed like treasure. Frozen pizzas, cheap beer, stories about terrible bosses. We celebrated tiny victories, paying the electric bill on time, a positive email from a supervisor, an article of mine getting published somewhere that paid actual money. We were broke, always calculating our bank accounts before saying yes to plans. But struggling together gave it meaning. It felt like we were building something, even if we weren't sure what it was. Then life started speeding up. Jake got promoted, then promoted again. He started traveling, bought suits that actually fit. I landed a steady editorial job, regular paychecks, health insurance. We moved out of the apartment, different neighborhoods, more space, more privacy. The rhythm changed. Instead of seeing each other daily, we texted first. Dinner, Thursday. Calendar invites replaced spontaneous couch conversations. The topics shifted to retirement plans, mortgages, serious relationships. There was no fight, no dramatic fallout, just momentum. There was almost a year where we barely spoke, not intentionally, just busy. I was planning a wedding. He was chasing a major promotion. Sometimes I'd scroll through old photos from college, the dorm room, the broken heater apartment, and I'd wonder quietly if this was how it ends. Not with anger, just distance. Then a mutual friend invited us to a wedding in a small desert town in California. Jake texted me. LA flight, split a rental, drive up together. The first hour in the car felt stiff. Polite updates, safe topics. We sounded like co-workers. Then the engine died. Somewhere along a long desert highway. Nothing around us but heat and open land. No cell service, no buildings. We pulled onto the shoulder, dust rising behind us. At first, we were stressed, calculating worst-case scenarios. Then Jake looked at the hood and laughed. Remember the lamp? And just like that, the tension broke. We sat on the hood under the blazing sun. Nothing to do, nowhere to rush off to. So we talked, really talked. He admitted he was exhausted. The promotions came with pressure he didn't know how to handle. I admitted I was terrified about becoming a parent. Everyone congratulated me, but I felt unprepared. No filters, no polished updates, just honesty. By the time a tow truck finally appeared hours later, something had reset. The gap was gone. We don't live in the same state now. He has 2 kids, I have 3. Months can pass without a call, but when something big happens, we show up. Weddings, funerals, milestones. We are there, and when we talk, we skip the small talk. We pick up exactly where we left off. College friendship is proximity. Adult friendship is choice. It's choosing to keep the thread alive even when life is loud. I found an old photo recently from room 204. The lamp in the corner, both of us younger, convinced we had everything figured out. We didn't, but we figured it out together, and that's enough. Some friendships don't disappear. They stretch, they bend, they go quiet for a while. But when life breaks down on some unexpected highway, they flicker back on, just like that lamp.